I'm starting to see online on these new diet called the sugar diet with promises on so much health benefits, and people says that, oh, with this new sugar diet I can even lose weight better. Well, is that even actually the case? Because why would this diet even blows up in the first place? Does it actually have any magical effect that we don't know of yet? Or it's just some sort of backwires on the brain that causes controversy within the social media just to get attention and like? Well, we will go through on the sugar diet today on this video. Well, first, what even is the sugar diet and how it works in the first place? I've seen people basically says the sugar diet is you only consume sugar within your diet. In the morning they have some sort of drink with sugar add on to it, and then they have another drink, and then noon and more drink at night, and then only at night, like late at night, they will have a meal with a bit of carbs and protein there, and then but throughout the day, like from the start of the day to like dinner, they will only be consuming sugary items, like high sugar stuff, not like with carbs or something, like pure sugar, like as a pure source of energy. So why does the sugar diet blows up this much on the social media? This is because knowledge and every single information out there on the internet all suggest us to have a healthy, balanced diet with not too much sugar, or it will cause like diabetes, skin issue, health issue, a lot of stuff related to health issue that causes it by sugar. Like not only the pure sugar form, like carbohydrates, disintegrates into glucose and all sort of sugars, breaks down in our body. They say, oh, okay, sugar is bad. So sugar is bad has been the thing that a lot of people that are in the diet talks actually comes to the conclusion that sugar is bad. We need energy from like other source of macronutrients, stuff like that. That could be like eat high protein, high fiber, have high fats diets, something like that, blah blah blah. Just having a high sugar diet now so that they can have like all sorts of controversies. People like, oh, have high protein, it will be healthy, bro. And another person like, no, have high fats, they will be healthy. Because people always think in the past that fats are bad. Now it was proven that fats is actually not bad. It's also a source of energy, and it will keep our hormones running and many other health benefits. If consumed moderately, it shouldn't be demonized. Also with carbohydrates, so say, oh, carbohydrates are actually healthy, and people actually just jump up and just say, oh, carbohydrates are actually bad for you. Like people always say, oh, protein, eating so much protein, then your kidney will have issue. And now people just like, oh, eat more protein, it will be healthier for you now. So, is it time for sugar to shine on the same freaking scenario? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what will happen on the internet. But now, this video will be only based on what information I have in here and in the internet. So will sugar be some sort of magical pills for health that social media influencer deem it to be the new carnivore diet right here? Will this sugar diet dethrone the carnivore diet when it comes to viral healthy diets right now? We'll see. But what I'm seeing is sugar diet just pops up because there's so much controversy around it, because people believe years and years ago that sugar is bad and you shouldn't consume too much sugar. With whole processed food and stuff like that, sugar is bad. So now we'll say like, oh, only consume sugar, bro. Of course the internet's gonna be outraged. But this happens to like other macronutrients before, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know too much about the sugar diet in general, but over here, this is a channel about fitness and more specifically building your desired physique, a desired aesthetic physique. And one of the most important factors when it comes to building an aesthetic physique here, which is fat loss, so that your body gets leaner and your muscle actually shows up with the training of 9 aesthetic muscle groups that makes you have the V-taper that turns you into a Greek god. Well, the sugar diet does promise this with a bunch of creators saying that do this sugar diet, it will make you lose fat better. Well, is it true? Let's take it from a factual point of view here, right? So will sugar diet helps you lose more weight. Well, what does a deal breaker? What is the one deal breaker factor when it comes to any diet in this world? I don't care what you eat. You can eat a freaking tiger or a freaking kryptonite minus from some Superman videos out there admiring Superman aesthetic physique for a second, and then still kryptonite away from him, and then you can consume that kryptonite with like 3 billion calories or something like that. I don't care what you consume. As long as it's still consumable, it's still making you healthy, blah blah blah. You can still have a clean diet and like a cheat day there and then. But overall diet, what is the deal breaker? It is if you're in a calorie deficit or not. So will the sugar diet follow that deal breaker? Yes and no, just like every single other diet. The sugar diet, as long as you consume the amount of sugar, the amount of all of the things that you consume in a day, the amount of stuff that will be lower than the amount of energy needed to maintain the tower of metabolism in your body. I have made this analogy of your body's burning calorie is just like you building up a skyscraper with each floor is each activities you do in a day, and it stacks up. At the end of the day, how much calories you need to consume to maintain the weight that you are right now is basically how much energy, electricity, that this tower of metabolism you have built throughout the day uses. So now you will need to consume less energy so that the body knows that you are having less energy for it, so it has to harvest energy internally to make up for the lack of energy so that this tower of metabolism still works. So if you consume this sugar diet, and at the end of the day, maybe your maintenance calories, like the maintenance energy to maintain your personal tower of metabolism, is still the same, which will be 2,500 calories, and you consume for around 2,499 calories, for example, 1 calorie deficit, so around 3,600 days later, you will still lose 1 pound of fat. Boom. Or maybe if you consume 2,000 calories, you have a 500 calorie deficit each day. Compound effect stacks up, and as long as you still have this calorie deficit, it will still have to harvest energy internally somewhere, so you will still lose fat. But okay, we have known that the sugar diet doesn't really have any magical formula like, oh, drink this and your body metabolism will do differently, will work differently. Well, no, sugar is just sugar. It won't like actually magically make you have diarrhea or like messed up your hormones and stuff to escape the water and to eject all of the water weight in your body faster. It's just at the end of the day, it's still energy, and it will be converted to energy somewhere so that it would turn it into the tower so that it could maintain the state of tower. So it doesn't have any magical effect. But why does it people deems on the internet it has some sort of magical effect? Well, from what I'm seeing here, people mostly, when they take this sugar diet, they're not really eating like ultra high processed food or something like that. Yes, they do eat some there and then, but mostly they just drink like sugar water, and water is 0 calories. So water has 0 calories, and 1 gram of sugar has like 4 calories, something like that. So just 1 gram of water, have some like a spoonful of sugar, 2 spoonfuls of sugar, 3 spoonfuls of sugar. Let's just say they add 50 grams of sugar in there. 50 grams of sugar sounds like a lot, but on a thermogenic effect, saying it only has about 200 calories for that whole cup of water, juice, whatever lemonade they drink, at 200 calories. And then they drink like 4 cups of that, 5 cups of that, 6 cups of that in a day. Maybe 4 cups of that is like max or something like that. I won't be able to consume too much sugary stuff. So 4 cups of that a day, which is about 800 calories. And then basically they just have like a small meal in the dinner because they're I have all the energy I needed. So they eat like something small. And that's it. And that's it. Nothing more. So probably they will be eating around 1,600 calories or 1,800 calories if their dinner is like 1,000 calories. That could be easy to stack up. I could bunch around 1,000 calories easy. So let's just say they eat 1,800 calories. And most of the influencers out there, they're quite jacked themselves. They have a lot of muscle. maybe they're on chut chut. So yeah, their maintenance calories, their tower of metabolism could be way taller. Maybe the flora that is the amount of energy requires for them to maintain their muscle mass is way thicker than someone else, so that needs more energy, more electricity to just maintain that flora. So at the end of the day, maybe their maintenance is around 3,000 calories, and they only consume for around 1,800 calories. So if they maintain this diet, they will basically have the calorie deficit of 1,200 calories, which is massive. So compared to like normal diets where you take things slowly, make your hormones stable, still have a healthy life, slowly lose fat to feel way better, then this diet will be on a bit at my extreme side, just because you basically throughout the day only consume water and sugar. And at the end of the day, you have one meal or something like that. It won't be like too high up, and basically they still eat like lean stuff and stuff like that. Maybe they eat like ribs or something a bit higher calories, sorts of protein. They will still most likely be under their maintenance. And with a massive maintenance like that, they will lose weight drastically. And now they say, oh, this sugar diet is magical because there's something in the sugar that will help you lose weight more. So follow me on this diet, something like that, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's just like a very big thermogenic effect that is happening. That there's the amount of calorie deficit of them is just like 3 times bigger than me right now. I'm having a 500 calorie deficit, which I'm advising you guys to take maximally on a calorie deficit so that you can still keep your hormones stable and have a good time doing your fat loss journey. So I'm doing about 500 calories deficit right there. If they have a 1,200 calories deficit, they will be most likely have a twice as much effect than me if they manage to maintain it and they don't overeat after their diet and they bump back to weight. So if they're maintaining it, they will say, oh, your diet sucks because my diet helps me lose weight 2 times faster. But here's another thing that I would like to talk about, which is point number 3. Yes, people on the social media could deem their super magic sugar diet helps them lose weight faster than my normal diet, which is so sustainable. You can still eat what you want. You won't not lose your mental health, not lose your sanity and stuff like that. I follow, I enjoy so much. The perfect diet for anyone out there. Which I think is the perfect diet for anyone out there. Which, if you're interested, that is one part of my protocol. It's the top link in the description down below. If you want to support me, all the information should be there. So, if they say that, oh yes, my diet's way better than you, I lost weight 2 times faster. But what they don't see is how much of them are actually fat. How much of them are actually fat? Yes, how much are muscle lost in those 1,200 calorie deficit? Like the government. Basically, what I like to analogize my fat in the body is, it's like a vault of gold of the government system in your body. Basically, it's a whole country inside your body. And that vault is basically like the secret vault, something like that, if the citizen of the body city, the body country, needs some energy, and maybe like they are having too low a salary, they will extract some fat to increase the minimum wage of a little bit, blah, 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 something like that. It won't go in too much into politics here, but they can only take a certain amount of fat in a day, right? A certain percentage of fat before it crashes down and says, oh, we can't extract that much money. Like, your government won't just extract every single one of their pennies just for one thing, like maybe, putting it into building roads for the city. They won't just push all of their GDPs or all of their money on vault or something like that, all of their taxes money into one thing. They have to spread it across. So when the budget is too big for them to just pour money into it, they have to get money from other sources. That is mainly going to be muscle or other sorts of mass. So yeah, my diet right here, my normal diet, the magical diet that I've been saying about, top link description down below. If you're interested, then it may only lose you about 500 calories in a day. But this diet, we lose 1,000 to 200 calories. What you don't see is you have to drink water for like half of the day and you don't get to eat anything, you can only eat sugar, does that sound miserable to you? And does that sound not balanced to you? Yeah. And you can only eat at night, which more likely makes you binge eat, because at night is when our body, our mind more specifically, is the most tired. We have so much thinking fatigue, like decision fatigue. We have to decide this and that and that and this, that. Now we have to decide every single food that's gonna fit into our diet and stuff like that. We not get to eat our good, delicious, juicy shrimp tempuras. No, now your mind is like so tired like now. So do you think compared to the diet that's still gonna give you 3 meals a day, still gets to eat what you want, still pretty healthy and balanced, and will be in an amount that helps you lose the most amount of fat and keep you the most amount of muscle, and you will still enjoy your life better compared to this diet? Which one would you think that you can maintain more? So one is sustainability. Two is that with this big ass of a calorie deficit, how much will be actually from fat and how much will be actually from muscle? Will you have like a very terrible energy level when you work out? You don't want to work out if you lost that much energy and stuff like that. And when you work out, you can't even have enough calories to actually maintain your muscle mass. So now your muscle mass actually lose way more when you will say lose the same amount of fat as me, but you will lose way more muscle. Just because your training quality won't be that good, and you can't really even recover in the first place. So basically, yeah, it may look like you're gonna drop down more weights on the scale, but conventional diets and stuff, all the other stuff, can still do the same thing that sugar diets can do. So in conclusion, should you follow the sugar diet? That is your choice. But sugar diet, there's nothing magical about it. If you still want to drink so much sugar, consume so much sugar, eat so much sugary stuff, and you can still control the amount of calories you consume in the day, you will still lose weight at the end of the day. It will still have the same thermogenic effect as every single other diet. But would I recommend it? I won't. But would it still works for weight loss? Yes, it will. Any diets will lose you weight. Healthy diet, whole or junk foods diet, keto, carnivore, every single diet will help you lose weight as long as you eat in a calorie deficit. So yeah, I'm not condoning you to do the sugar diet, because personally I think I'm still those people on the internet that thinks sugar is bad, and I don't enjoy pure sugar myself as well. I don't really like sweet stuff. So I personally won't be able to maintain this diet, or this diet will not be sustainable for me, so I'll take a good pass. But if that interests you and you want to try it out, see if it works for you, be my guest. And if these educational fitness content interests you and makes you have that fire to want to take action towards yourself right away, and you don't know where to start, I have 3 free workout routines down below. You can take it down as a free workout template so that you can start your fitness journey right away. Just need to download an app, click on that link again, and then a workout routine should pop up. And if you want to support me and have every single knowledge of me that I have used to build this aesthetic physique, top link in the description down below is my product. Every single information will be there. So if you're interested in supporting me, you can check that out. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.